Infinity has always haunted human thought, a concept at once simple and unfathomable, a number that cannot be numbered, a horizon that can never be reached. We speak of it casually, in mathematics, philosophy, or poetry, yet it is one of the most profound mysteries the human mind has ever encountered. Imagine staring into a sequence that stretches endlessly, a pattern that grows without limit, a universe that expands with no final edge. The very notion that there is something beyond infinity seems absurd. After all, infinity, by definition, has no beyond. But it is precisely this contradiction that has fascinated mathematicians, physicists, and philosophers alike. What if infinity is not a final boundary, but a gateway to a reality even more immense and strange than the endlessness we can conceive? Consider the vastness of the cosmos itself. The observable universe spans over 93 billion light-years, filled with galaxies, stars, planets, and phenomena that defy imagination. And yet, that is only what we can see. Beyond the limits of observation lies the unobservable, a domain that may stretch infinitely in every direction, where the rules of space and time may shift, warp, or even dissolve entirely. Infinity here is not abstract. It is tangible, a framework within which every particle, every wave, and every flicker of energy exists. To contemplate what lies beyond this infinite expanse is to confront a paradox, a cognitive cliff from which the mind recoils even as it is drawn forward, compelled by the irresistible curiosity that defines the human spirit. If the thought of peering beyond the edges of existence stirs something within you, consider subscribing, because the journey we are about to take will challenge not only your understanding of the universe, but the very foundations of reality itself. In mathematics, infinity is already a place of unexpected complexity. There are infinities of different sizes, some larger, some smaller, some nested within others, creating a hierarchy of endlessness that is almost impossible to visualize. Cantor, in the late 19th century, discovered that the set of real numbers is uncountably infinite, larger than the infinity of natural numbers, introducing the shocking idea that infinity itself can be quantified in relative terms. Each new theorem, each new proof, extends the horizon of our understanding, yet also underscores the strangeness of the concept. Infinity is not a simple endpoint. It is a landscape of possibilities, a terrain in which every step forward opens new vistas, yet never reaches closure. The challenge, then, is not merely to imagine infinity, but to imagine what beyond infinity might mean, whether in mathematics, physics, or the very fabric of existence. The physical universe offers its own perspective on infinity. Space may be infinite, time may be infinite, and matter may be endlessly divided, but the rules we use to describe these domains, gravity, quantum mechanics, relativity, can only take us so far. The singularity of a black hole, the infinite curvature at the center, suggests a point where our current understanding fails entirely. And yet, physicists speculate that even these singularities might lead to new domains, hidden realities, or parallel universes. Infinity, in this context, becomes not a static concept, but a process, a journey of unbounded growth, repetition, and transformation. If these ideas excite you, if the notion of stepping beyond the horizon of comprehension resonates, subscribing ensures you will continue exploring the limits of thought and existence, navigating questions that have fascinated humanity for centuries. Philosophically, infinity challenges our notions of meaning, existence, and perception. If the universe is infinite, what is our place within it? If time is infinite, what becomes of beginnings and endings, causality, and narrative? And if there exists a realm beyond infinity, an even more vast, unknowable reality, what does it mean for consciousness, for life, for the act of observation itself? Infinity is not merely a number or a distance. It is a mirror held up to the human mind, reflecting both the grandeur of the cosmos and the limits of our imagination. Each time we attempt to grasp it, we confront the paradox of knowing and not knowing, the tension between what can be described and what can only be intuited. And yet, there are hints that infinity may not be an abstract limit, but a doorway to realities that challenge our deepest assumptions. Cosmologists have proposed models of a multiverse, where universes branch endlessly, where inflation produces infinite pockets of space-time, each with its own laws, constants, and histories. In such a framework, our observable universe is only a small bubble in an infinite sea of possibilities. But even the multiverse may be nested within higher orders of infinity, a hierarchy so vast that our minds strain to comprehend it. Every time we map a galaxy, calculate a quantum fluctuation, or trace the expansion of space-time, we are glimpsing only a fraction of this unfathomable structure. The question, then, is not whether infinity exists, but what lies beyond it, and whether the universe itself contains structures, rules, or dimensions that surpass even the endlessness we can imagine. Mathematics, physics, philosophy, and even theology converge on this mystery, each providing a lens through which to explore the ineffable. And in every case, infinity defies conclusion. It resists finality, mocks certainty, and invites exploration. It is here, in the tension between the known and the unknowable, that the human mind finds its greatest challenge and its deepest wonder. If the idea of peering beyond infinity captivates you, subscribing allows you to continue this journey into the edges of understanding, following threads of logic, evidence, and speculation that may lead to insights about the cosmos, existence, and the very nature of reality itself. Even imagining what lies beyond infinity is to stretch our minds in ways that are at once exhilarating and humbling. We may conceive of infinite sequences, infinite spaces, infinite time, but the very notion of a beyond forces us to confront the possibility that infinity is not a ceiling, but a threshold. Beyond it, perhaps, lies something fundamentally different. Dimensions we cannot perceive, laws we cannot articulate, or structures that surpass the imagination. To contemplate it is to step into a liminal space, standing on the precipice of understanding, feeling both the thrill of discovery and the vertigo of the unknowable. To contemplate what lies beyond infinity is to confront the boundaries of not only the universe, but of thought itself. Physicists and mathematicians have long wrestled with the idea that infinity is not a final destination, but part of a vast hierarchy of endlessness. George Cantor's work in the 19th century revealed that infinities can be nested. Some are countable, like the integers, while others are uncountable, like the real numbers between 0 and 1. Each level of infinity contains a richness beyond the previous, a depth so profound that even the most brilliant minds struggle to conceptualize it. If the infinite can be stratified, then perhaps there is a reality beyond it, a domain that contains all conceivable infinities, and then some. To imagine such a place is to step into a realm where conventional logic begins to falter, and where the universe itself may unfold in ways utterly alien to our perception. Cosmology offers glimpses into this staggering possibility. The observable universe is only a fraction of what may exist. Beyond the cosmic horizon, beyond the limits of the light that has had time to reach us, there may lie regions that are eternally unobservable, galaxies that we will never see, events that will never intersect with our own. Inflationary models suggest that the universe is not just vast, but potentially infinite, and that our bubble of space-time is just one among countless others in a multiverse that stretches endlessly. Each of these universes could have different physical laws, dimensions, and constants, creating an almost unimaginable diversity of existence. And yet, even this multiverse may be a subset of a larger structure, an infinite recursion of universes nesting within higher-order infinities. Each step outward, each layer of complexity, brings us closer to a horizon that can never truly be reached. In this context, infinity ceases to be an abstract number and becomes a tangible feature of reality, a landscape to navigate rather than a limit to reach. Black holes, singularities, and cosmic strings may hint at pathways to these unobservable domains, corridors where space-time folds upon itself, where the ordinary rules of causality and measurement break down. Could a singularity, where density and curvature become infinite, serve as a bridge into a reality that exists beyond the infinite? Could the universe itself, at its most extreme scales, harbor regions that are inaccessible to our instruments but nonetheless physically real. These questions are no longer purely philosophical. They emerge naturally from the mathematics and physics we use to describe the cosmos. If the notion that reality may extend beyond the infinite intrigues you, subscribing allows you to continue exploring these frontiers, following the path where speculation and science intersect. Beyond the physical universe, there is the infinite landscape of possibility. Quantum mechanics already confronts us with probabilities, superpositions, and the idea that multiple outcomes coexist until observed. Now imagine applying this principle on a cosmic scale. If every possible configuration of matter and energy exists in some universe, then infinity may not only describe space, but all possible realities themselves. Beyond our observable cosmos may lie universes where time flows backward, where matter behaves differently, where dimensions fold in ways we cannot perceive. Each universe is a node in an infinite network of possibility, a branching tree of outcomes that never terminates, a reality in which every conceivable event has occurred or will occur. To imagine it is to step into a realm where even the concept of a beginning or end loses meaning. Mathematics, again, offers tantalizing hints. Concepts like Aleph numbers, transfinite arithmetic, and the continuum hypothesis suggest that even infinite sets can be compared, contrasted, and categorized. There is structure within infinity itself, a hidden order that hints at something beyond mere unendingness. Could these mathematical structures correspond to real features of the universe? Could infinity in mathematics be a map, in some abstract sense, of the infinite complexity that lies beyond our physical and observable reality? Each theorem, each paradox, each counterintuitive result may be a clue, a faint whisper pointing toward a reality that transcends even the endlessness we think we understand. And yet, the philosophical implications are even more profound. If there is a reality beyond infinity, what does it mean for consciousness? For existence? For meaning? Are we confined to our observable universe, or could the mind itself, in some way, glimpse the ungraspable? If infinity contains all possibilities, then each of our choices, each moment of awareness, may ripple across an endless network of outcomes. Our reality, our identity, and even our sense of self could be nested within a grand hierarchy of possibilities that defy linear understanding. In confronting infinity, we confront our own limitations, yet in doing so, we also glimpse the boundless potential of existence itself. This is a place where imagination becomes essential. To speculate about what lies beyond infinity is to enter a liminal space, a cognitive horizon where certainty dissolves and the mind is free to explore. Could there exist dimensions where time itself is infinite but cyclical? Could energy, matter, or even consciousness exist beyond the reach of any known physical law? Could there be levels of reality where what we perceive as infinite is merely a finite shadow of a larger, incomprehensible totality? These questions are not idle. They are the frontiers of human thought, beckoning us to expand the boundaries of understanding, to explore ideas that are as profound as they are unsettling. If the concept of stepping beyond infinity sparks your curiosity, subscribing allows you to continue this journey. Each episode, each discussion, each exploration brings us closer to glimpsing the edge of understanding, where mathematics, physics, philosophy, and imagination converge. The mysteries of the infinite are not distant abstractions. They are doors to perspectives that challenge our perception, invite wonder, and redefine the very notion of possibility. And as we stand at this precipice, we begin to sense the immensity of the unknown. Beyond infinity, there may be orders of magnitude, dimensions, or universes we cannot yet imagine, a reality in which the very idea of limitation dissolves. The paradox is not a failure of comprehension, it is an invitation. An invitation to keep questioning, to keep exploring, and to embrace the thrill of stepping into realms that lie beyond even the most boundless conception of endlessness. The horizon expands with every thought, every equation, and every speculative leap, revealing that infinity may not be a boundary but a threshold, a doorway to a cosmos more immense, intricate, and astonishing than we have ever dared to conceive. To imagine what lies beyond infinity is to step into a landscape where reality itself is transformed, where every assumption about space, time, and existence becomes provisional, and where the mind stretches against the limits of comprehension. Picture an infinite series of universes, each emerging from the collapse or expansion of the previous, each with its own laws, dimensions, and possibilities, branching endlessly in a cosmic fractal that never repeats, yet always connects. Perhaps beyond infinity there is a hierarchy of realities, where universes themselves are components of larger universes, and those, in turn, are embedded in structures beyond human perception. In such a framework, infinity is not an endpoint but a gateway, a threshold that opens into layers of reality so vast and intricate that they challenge the very act of understanding. Speculation naturally intensifies when we imagine the physical implications of such realities. Could there exist regions of space-time where time flows backward or sideways, where causality is a local, flexible phenomenon rather than a universal law? Could dimensions exist beyond our familiar three of space and one of time, infinite in number and interwoven, creating a universe, or multiverse, so vast that the term beyond infinity becomes more than metaphor, transforming into a literal descriptor of scale and complexity? Perhaps singularities, wormholes, or black holes are not merely curiosities of physics, but gateways into these higher-order infinities, conduits connecting realities in ways that our instruments and equations are only beginning to hint at. Each observation, each discovery, becomes a clue in an ongoing investigation into the nature of ultimate reality. If these possibilities ignite your imagination, subscribing allows you to continue exploring these frontiers, following where science, mathematics, and wonder intersect. The philosophical implications are even more staggering. If beyond infinity lies an infinite network of universes, each containing every conceivable variation of reality, then questions of meaning, identity, and destiny take on a new dimension. Every choice, every moment of awareness, might exist simultaneously across countless realities. Every version of ourselves may already inhabit an alternate domain, performing variations of the life we know or could never imagine. Consciousness itself may ripple across these infinite layers, entangled with realities beyond our perception, hinting that the self is not merely local but may participate in an unending cosmic symphony. In such a universe, the act of questioning, of seeking understanding, becomes not only natural but essential, a way of navigating the infinite with curiosity and humility. Mathematics continues to provide a bridge between imagination and possibility. Transfinite numbers, infinite sets, and hierarchies of infinity suggest that even infinity has structure, that it is not a chaotic void but a landscape rich with patterns, relationships, and hidden order. If these mathematical structures correspond, even loosely, to the fabric of reality, then the cosmos may operate according to principles that transcend our ordinary intuition. The infinite is not simply unreachable. It is navigable, if only through logic, speculation, and observation. Every theorem, every paradox, every insight becomes a compass, pointing toward realms beyond the infinite that may one day be glimpsed through the collaboration of human curiosity and ingenuity. And yet, for all the grandeur and speculation, there is also a profoundly personal reflection. Infinity, and what lies beyond it, reminds us of the humility of existence. We are infinitesimal observers in a cosmos that stretches beyond comprehension, yet our capacity to imagine, question, and explore allows us to engage with realities that might otherwise remain inaccessible. This interplay between smallness and awareness, between limitation and imagination, is the essence of wonder. It is what drives the human spirit to peer into the void, to follow the thread of possibility, and to confront the profound paradoxes of existence. If you feel this sense of awe and curiosity, subscribing ensures you continue this journey, venturing alongside us into the mysteries that challenge the limits of thought and the boundaries of reality itself. Let us imagine the cinematic sweep of this vision, an infinite expanse, each layer of reality folding into the next, universes branching like an endless tree of light, matter, and energy. Within this boundless network, our observable universe is a single flicker, one bubble of possibility among countless others. Black holes twist space-time, cosmic filaments stretch beyond the horizon, and the very concept of beginning or end dissolves into patterns of infinite complexity. The familiar gives way to the unimaginable, and every observation becomes a doorway, every discovery a step into realms we have only begun to dream of. Infinity, once an abstract idea, becomes a terrain to traverse, a canvas for imagination, and a challenge to the human mind. And as the final reflection, consider this. The mystery of what lies beyond infinity is not merely a puzzle to solve, but an invitation to expand our understanding, to stretch our curiosity, and to embrace the grandeur of a cosmos that may have no bounds. Every thought, every exploration, every question brings us closer to glimpsing the hidden structures of reality, while reminding us that the universe is far vaster, stranger, and more beautiful than we have ever imagined. If you are ready to follow this journey, to confront the unimaginable, and to explore the infinite and beyond, subscribing ensures you will not miss a single revelation, a single twist, a single step into the cosmos that challenges the limits of imagination. In the end, infinity is not a boundary to fear, but a horizon to approach with awe. Beyond it lies the unknown, dimensions, realities, and possibilities that may forever elude full comprehension, yet beckon with the promise of wonder. Every time we glimpse the edges of knowledge, every time we probe the infinite, we encounter a universe that is alive with mystery, intricate with patterns, and boundless in scope. And within that vastness, our curiosity becomes both a tool and a guide, leading us ever onward, toward the next revelation, the next paradox, and the next glimpse of what may lie beyond infinity itself.